Hello, welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemser. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hope everyone is having a great day so far and enjoying their week. Well, today we're going to continue on in Matthew chapter 18. We're going to look at verses 10 through 12 today. So again, Matthew chapter 18, 10 through 12. This is known as the parable of the lost sheep. And those verses say, "See that you do not despise one of these little ones. For I tell you that in heaven their angels always behold the face of my Father who is in heaven. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the hills and go in search of the one that went astray?" Now we'll finish up this parable tomorrow, but I wanted to cover these couple verses here today. So verse 10 here is kind of what I call the guardian angel passage. And again, I'll read it again. "See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always behold the face of my Father who is in heaven." Scripture portrays this concept of guardian angels as being protectors, guides, helpers, etc. And what's interesting is we read here is that they behold the face of God. They have God's ear, if you will. So if we cause one of these little ones to sin, it's almost kind of like they're going to say, okay, this is what's going on. I mean, God already knows, but there's that protector there. And Scripture teaches this in more than just this one place. One is in Job 33, 23 through 24, Psalm 34, 7, Psalm 91, 19, Acts 12, 15, and Hebrews 1, 14, to name a few. So yeah, the concept is there. And several church fathers also use this verse to kind of teach that concept. Let's go ahead and go to verse 12 though. "So what do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the hills and go in search of the one that went astray?" Now place yourself in first century Israel. You're a shepherd. You're watching over 100 sheep and you see that there is one that isn't around. You only have 99. Well, your livelihood's at stake. You go, you search out this lost sheep. So Jesus is often described as a shepherd. And this alludes to the messianic prophecy in Ezekiel 34, 11 through 31, where Ezekiel foretells that God himself would become a shepherd to seek out the lost. And so when you see that prophecy, you put it in its context in first century Israel, it's very powerful. And so the lost sheep represent us. Though it represents us because we went astray, we've sinned, we've done wrong. And so according to St. Hilary and St. Anselm, the 99 on the hills are angels in heaven. And so in the incarnation, Christ came down. He became that shepherd for us to seek us out. And through his sacrifice, we are restored. Now, that's the allegorical meaning according to St. Hilary and St. Anselm. But let's be honest. We read this story. We see, great, 99 are there. One is lost. What's the big deal? You still have 99. Sometimes we have this mentality of it's okay to sacrifice this one thing for the sake of the majority. What if the lost one is you? That's where it hits home. You and I were lost. Christ came for our redemption. He came to seek us out, the lost. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Daily Bible Podcast. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your week. God bless you, and thank you for joining me each day. God bless.